This is another one of Fitness Blender's HIIT cardio and abs workouts. In this workout, we're going to be going through 14 different exercises, alternating back and forth between a HIIT exercise and an ab exercise. Now, both styles are going to be done with a 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off for 4 rounds each, so a total of 2 minutes per exercise. Now, we haven't included a warm-up or cool down, so you'll want to add both of those in on your own, and you're not going to need any equipment except for an optional dumbbell or some other kind of weight that can easily be substituted for something else or can be completely cut out altogether. Now, if you haven't gotten your warm-up in, go ahead and pause it here and do that. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get ready for our first exercise, which is going to be a rolling plank with a leg lift. Let's go ahead and get ready. Remember, we're doing 4 rounds of this, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And start up in that plank. One leg comes up. You're going to roll over all the way onto the other side, and that opposite leg comes up. Nice and slow, roll it back. And start over. Now remember, you want to make sure that you're keeping those hips up nice and high, so you're trying to keep your body in as straight of a line as you can as you rotate. And let it relax. Good job. All right, go ahead and take your 10-second break. We'll be going back for another round here in just a second. And start up again, up in that plank position. Rotate over. Lift one leg. Rotate back. And lift that opposite leg. Now again, like I said, keep those hips nice and low. Especially as you lift that leg up, you're going to want to try to kick those hips up really high. Try to keep them as low as you can, as low as is comfortable. It's okay if they come up a little bit, but like I said, try to keep them low. And let it relax. At the end of that round, you got another 10-second break. Get ready. And start up. Nice high kick with that leg, rotating back over the other side, and kick that leg up with the other side. Just keep alternating back and forth. Again, keep those core muscles really nice and tight. Keep those legs as straight as you can, and try to move as smoothly as possible. Just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. Go ahead and let it rest. That's one more round down. We've got a few more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up. Nice high leg kick. Switch over the other side. Bring that other leg up. Nice slow controlled motions rolling back and forth. Remember, keep those hips up nice and high. Nice straight line from ankle up to that shoulder. Just make sure you don't let those hips come up too high and you don't let those hips dip. And let it relax. Good job. We have one more round to go. This is our last break on this one. Then we're going to move to a different exercise. And start up. Nice leg raise. Roll over the other side. Opposite leg comes up. Make sure those core muscles are nice and tight the entire time. Make sure that you're keeping those hips under control. Those legs are under control. Don't let those legs bend too much. We want to keep a relatively straight leg the entire time. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. Going to roll over onto your back for our next exercise, which is going to be a toe touch crunch. So again, lay on your back, legs straight up in the air, and bring those hands over top of those shoulders. And start them up. Crunch up towards those toes as high as you possibly can. Get a nice tight squeeze at the top of that range of motion. Keep those core muscles tight the entire time. When you drop back down to the ground, don't let those shoulder blades completely touch. Keep a little bit of a gap. And whatever you do, don't let those abs release. Always keep them tensed. And let it relax. Good job. That was your first round down. Go ahead and let those abs release. Or if you want to make it just a little bit harder, keep those abs just a little bit tensed. And start up. Get those legs up nice and high. Crunch up towards those toes. Remember, try to keep those legs as straight as you possibly can. If you have really tight hamstrings, it's okay if you bend those knees a little bit, but try to constantly force them to go straight. It'll make those hamstrings stretch out as well as give you a little extra resistance against those abs trying to crunch up towards those toes. And let it relax. Another 10-second break. And let's go ahead and get ready for that next round. Get those feet up in the air and start up. Crunch up towards those toes nice and high. Constantly challenge that range of motion. You want to try to get to those toes as close as you possibly can. Constantly trying to get a little closer with every single crunch. Make sure you're not doing like a little half or quarter crunch. You want to make sure you are pushing as hard as you can with each repetition. And let that relax. You got one more break. We've got one more round of this exercise. And then we're going to move on to our next 2 exercises. And let's go ahead and start up that last one. Get those feet up there, crunching up towards those toes. Nice tight squeeze is your last one, so make sure you don't leave anything behind. Really get those abs nice and tired. We're halfway through. Keep it going. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Good job. Go ahead and let those legs relax. Let those abs relax. Our next exercise is going to be a combination of 3 mountain climbers and 2 jump squats. So you're going to do 3 mountain climbers, counting only on one leg, and then you're going to do 2 jump squats as hard as you possibly can, just back and forth until your 20 seconds is up. So got just a few more seconds to go until we start. Go ahead and get ready. And start up. Drop down for that mountain climber first, down in that push-up position. Those feet running back and forth nice and quick, and then 2 jump squats. Then right back into those mountain climbers. Remember, you're only counting on one leg, so it's 3 on each leg before you start into those jump squats. Now make sure while you're doing those mountain climbers, you're keeping those hips nice and low and you're driving those feet as fast as you possibly can. And let it relax. Good job. That's our first round down. Got a 10-second break. Let's go ahead and get ready for our second round. And begin. Get those feet moving really nice and quick. And 2 jump squats. Nice hard explosion at the top. And right back into those mountain climbers. Just keep pushing yourself as hard as you possibly can. Remember, you only have to do this for 20 seconds and you get a 10-second break in between. Make sure this counts every single second. And go ahead and let it relax. Good job. That is our second round down. Go ahead and take your break. Breathe as deeply as you can, but keep shuffling those feet around. Get ready for our next round. And start them up. Down for those mountain climbers. And up for those jump squats. Now, as you get more and more tired, make sure you're really concentrating on keeping everything contracted and making sure you're not holding your breath. Especially with things like mountain climbers, your body's going to have a tendency to want to seize up and hold your breath until you're done with the motion. Try to keep those lungs open. Go ahead and let it relax. This next round is round number 4, which is our last one, which means we are going to be switching off to an ab exercise after this. So let's go ahead and get ready and get this one done. And start up. 3 mountain climbers, 2 jump squats. Keep pushing through it as hard as you possibly can. Don't leave anything behind. The ab exercises are always going to be a lot easier as far as being able to catch your breath. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and get that mat ready. Drop down on your back. We're going to be doing flutter kicks next. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up, kicking those feet in opposite directions, switching them back and forth, nice and quick. Try to get a full range of motion. Now, people have a tendency to put their hands underneath their butt when they're doing flutter kicks. Make sure those hands do not go underneath those hips. You want to make sure they're out really nice and wide. If you put those hands underneath those hips, all it's doing is making it easier, which actually kind of defeats the purpose of this exercise. So go ahead and let it relax. Got 10 seconds rest. All right, let's go and get ready to start into round number 2. Get those feet back up there and start them up. Contract those abs nice and tight. Try to keep that lower back flat against that mat. Moving those legs as fast as you can control. Make sure they don't get out of control. Make sure you don't feel like those hips are starting to rock on you. Keep everything nice and solid. Just a few more seconds to go. And go ahead and let that relax. Good job. That is the end of round number 2. You've got a short little break before you start into round number 3. And go ahead and get those legs up there and start up. Get those feet moving back and forth. Nice quick motion. Remember, whatever you do, don't let those legs move too fast so you're out of control. You want to make sure you could stop at any point, control that motion. So make sure that you're not swinging those legs out of control, that you're not trying to stretch that leg over your head too far. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. All right, you got another 10-second rest, and then we'll start into our last round. All right, go ahead and get those legs up there. We got one more round to go and start it up. Remember to keep those core muscles nice and tight, back flat against that mat, and don't let those hands creep in underneath that butt. Make sure those hands stay nice and wide, perfectly straight leg. We're halfway through this round. Just keep pushing it. Keep those lungs open, breathe normally. And let it relax. Good job. That's your last one of those, which means we're starting back over with another HIIT exercise. We're going to be doing 2 jack jumps and 2 high knees. Now, if you need a little extra rest, you can always pause it here, take a little bit of extra rest before we start into this next round. Otherwise, just keep those feet moving. We'll be starting up in just a couple seconds. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start it. Real quick hop with those feet out and in, 2, and then nice high knees, 2 on each leg. Now make sure you're moving as quickly as you possibly can, especially with those high knees, trying to get as much range of motion as possible, driving that knee up as high as possible. Make sure that that hop with those feet in and out is really nice and quick, barely letting those toes touch the ground before you bring them back in. And let it relax, your first round down. All right, let's get ready for that next round. And start up. Quick hop in and out, and then drive those knees for that high knee. Just keep those lungs open, keep those core muscles nice and tight. Make sure you're moving those legs as fast as you can. Almost done. Keep it going just a little bit longer. And let it relax. Good job. Take a breather, keep those lungs open, but keep moving those feet back and forth. Don't stop. Let's go ahead and get ready for that next round to start. And begin. Get those feet going out and back. High knees nice and quick. Remember, we're trying to push that range of motion, especially for those high knees. Really focusing on trying to move those feet as quickly as you can possibly control. Keeping those lungs open, breathing normally, keeping all those core muscles nice and tight though. You want your entire body contracted. And go ahead and let it relax. That was round number 3. We have 1 more to go. Just a few more seconds. And start up. Get those feet moving. Drive those high knees. Back to that in and out. This is your last round of this combination, so make sure you are pushing yourself as hard as you can, really moving those feet nice and fast. And we're almost done. Just a few more seconds to go. Keep driving those knees. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go and drop down on the ground for our next one. We're going to be doing a double pulse bicycle crunch. So go ahead and lay down flat on your back. This would be a traditional bicycle crunch motion, but every single time you bring that knee to elbow, you're going to pulse it twice before you switch over to the other side. Just keep alternating back and forth. Make sure you're getting a nice big circular motion with those feet rather than just out and back. And really try to focus on getting as much range of motion on that shoulder as you can, crunching it forward. And let it relax. That's our first round down. Take a little bit of a break. Start you up in just a couple seconds. And start up. Remember that double pulse as you crunch across elbow to knee, then cross over the other side. Do the same thing, that double pulse with that opposite elbow to knee. Make sure, again, you're rotating those shoulders up and sideways as much as you can, getting a good rotation through that torso as you crunch across towards that knee. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. Another rest. That's 2 down. We got 2 more to go. We're going to start you back up in just a couple seconds. And start it. Crunch across. Nice double pulse over the other side. We're going to try to keep those abs as tight as you possibly can. Nice full range of motion. If you want to make it a little bit harder, try to keep those elbows back outside of your field of vision. It'll force you to rotate a lot further. It makes it a lot more difficult. And go ahead and let it relax. Good job. We have 1 more round to go. Go ahead and get ready. And start up. Crunch across. Nice tight squeeze. Really rotating those shoulders. Keep those lungs open. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. We're already halfway through this last round. Just keep it going. Just a few more seconds. And let it relax. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be a surfer burpee. Now, this is going to be a burpee where you come up and turn to a 90-degree angle off of your original position. So every single time you come up, you're going to turn off to an opposite direction. So you're going to be alternating every single repetition. Make sure you get those feet facing as close to a 90-degree angle off of your body as possible. So we got just a few seconds left, and we're going to get started. And begin. So drop down to that regular burpee. When you bring those feet up, you bring them off to the side, back down to that burpee, off to the other side with those feet, and back down again. Just keep alternating back and forth. Make sure you're getting a really nice high jump every single time you bring those feet underneath you. Going back out to that full push-up position. Got a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. You got 10 seconds to rest. It's our first round down. We got 3 more to go. So go ahead and get ready for that next round. And begin. Down to that push-up position. Up for that jump, the top of that burpee. Again, keep alternating back and forth every single time you come up. You want those feet facing the opposite direction you did from the time before. Make sure you're still focusing on that form, keep those core muscles nice and tight, trying to get as much range of motion out of this as you can, moving as quickly as possible. And let it relax. Good job. That's 2 down, 2 more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up. Keep those lungs open. Again, moving as quickly as you can. You want to challenge yourself on this. Make sure that heart's pumping nice and hard. Make sure you're having to breathe hard. Just keep that motion going as clean as you can, as quickly as you can. Just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. That is 3 down. We have 1 more round to go. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up. This is your last round of this exercise, so don't leave anything behind. Push yourself as hard as you possibly can. You get a nice long rest doing a core exercise next, so make sure you really wear yourself out on this exercise. Move as quick as you can and make sure you are huffing and puffing by the time you're done with this. Just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be a core exercise on the ground. We're doing circle crunches next. So lay flat on your back, get ready, and start up. Now you want to make a big circle with those shoulders. So as you crunch, you're going to come up across one side to the center. You're in a regular crunch, the top and the center, and then nice and slow down the other side. Pause at the bottom for just a split second, and then reverse that circle back around the other direction. Just keep going back and forth. Make sure you're getting a nice tight squeeze in those core muscles. And let it relax. Your first one down. Got 3 more of those to go. Our break is almost up, so go ahead and get ready. And start it. Crunch it up across, back down, then up across the other side. Just keep alternating back and forth. Remember, really engage those obliques to get you left and right, and engage those abdominal muscles to pull those shoulders forward up towards those knees. Just keep alternating directions, making sure you get a nice big full range of motion as much as you can the whole time. And let it relax. That is 2 down, 2 more to go. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for round number 3. And start up. Nice big full circle with those shoulders, crunching up as hard as you can. If you want to make this a little bit harder, actually bring those hands to a straight line out above your head and draw a circle with those hands, but keep them in line with your rib cage. So that should actually help you really focus on trying to get a nice big full range of motion. And let it relax. That's the end of that round. You got 1 more to go. And go ahead and get ready. And start up. Nice big full range of motion. This is your last round of this exercise, so make sure those abs are burning by the time you're done. Don't leave anything behind. Really push them 100%. Just a few seconds to go. Keep it going. Nice tight squeeze. And let it relax. Good job. Go ahead and let it completely release. We're a little over halfway through this routine, so we're going to give you a little extra break here. If you want a little bit more, feel free to hit pause. Otherwise, we're going to start back in here in just a few seconds. All right, our rest period is almost done. We're going to be moving on to our next exercise, which is a static lunge with a row. So you're going to need a dumbbell or some other kind of weighted object for this one, something you can easily pass back and forth between hands. Now, Kelly's only using about 5 pounds here, so you can kind of adjust as you need to with this one, but make sure you're doing something that's actually going to give you a little bit of a challenge. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up, dropping down into that lunge, do that row motion, switch those feet while still staying nice and low, do that row on the other side, and switch back. Just make sure you're trying to keep those hips as low as you can while you're doing that lunge. Nice and slow, pull that dumbbell up and out to the side, leading with that elbow, trying to keep it wide and high, and then switch back over the other side. And let it relax, your first round down, 3 more to go. And start up. Now, whatever you do, try not to let that lower back round. You want to try to keep that back nice and flat the entire time. And make sure you're keeping that chest tilted forward, trying to get as close to perpendicular to the ground as you can, or at least somewhere underneath a 45-degree angle. Now just keep alternating back and forth, keeping those hips nice and low. And let it relax. Good job. That's the end of round number 2. Got 2 more to go. All right, let's go and get ready for that next round. And start up. Nice row down in that lunge position and off to the other side. Now you want to keep your weight distributed on this one. So your front leg, the leg that you have bent underneath you, is going to take about 80% of your weight, and your rear leg, the one you have kicked out straight, is going to take only about 20% of your weight. And that's mainly because you're just leaning so far forward for this one. And go ahead and let that one relax. We've got one more round of this to go, and then we are done. We're moving on to that next core exercise. And let's go and get ready for that last round. And start up. Nice slow row. Slowly squeezing that elbow up and out to the side. Remember, keep that back really nice and flat. Don't let that chest round forward. Don't let that lower back round. And try to stay as low as you can. Keep those hips down towards the ground as much as you can. We're almost done. Just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. All right, let's go and move on to our next core exercise, which is going to be a side star dip. We'll be alternating back and forth on this one. And let's start up. From that push-up position, you're going to go to a side T position. Those feet just kind of roll off to the side, then dip one hip down towards the ground. Then you go back to that push-up position, roll over to the other side, and do the same exact thing on the opposite side. Just keep alternating back and forth, trying to get as full range of motion on that hip as you can. And go ahead and let it relax. It's your first round down. You got 3 more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready for that next round. And begin. Now, until you drop that hip, you want to try to keep those core muscles as tight and as straight as you possibly can. So as you rotate back and forth in that push-up position, you want to try to keep those that body in a straight line from ankle to shoulder. So you're not trying to let those hips kick up or droop too much. So try to focus on keeping everything nice and solid. Go and let that one relax. You got 2 more to go. Go ahead and get ready. And start up. Remember, really focus on keeping those core muscles tight. Try to drop that hip as low to the ground as you can every single time you climb up off onto that T position. Make sure that you're keeping those lungs open. Don't hold your breath on this one. Make sure you're breathing as normally as you can. Just got a few seconds left for this round. And let it relax. Good job. Now we only have 1 more round of this to go. So got a few more seconds to rest, and we're starting to that last round. And go ahead and start up. Drop that hip as low as you can. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Keep those hips nice and low. Just keep those lungs open and really try to challenge those core muscles as much as you can. We're halfway through this last round. Just keep it going. Just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be a clean and press. Now you're going to need a dumbbell for this, but if you don't have a dumbbell, that's fine. You can use some other kind of weighted object, like a water bottle or a can of beans, whatever you have handy. Got just about 10 seconds left until we start into this exercise. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up. Grab that dumbbell, clean it up to your shoulder, and then press it straight up. You want to use a little bit of a oomph, a little bit of a bounce on each one of these, so you're kind of driving that motion from those legs to get that dumbbell up to your shoulder, and then a little bit of a hop again with those legs to drive it the rest of the way, all the way over top of that shoulder. We're almost done. And let it relax. Good job. Go ahead and set that dumbbell down. We got a little bit of a break. We're going to do that same exact thing over again. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up. Nice quick jerk motion up to that shoulder. Then a nice quick hop again, pressing that dumbbell from that shoulder all the way over top of that head. Drop it back down, 1 stage at a time. Switch over the other hand and start that motion all over again. Just do it as quick as you can. Make sure you keep that back nice and flat. And go ahead and let that one relax. That's 2 rounds down. We got 2 more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready for that next round. And start up. Remember, this needs to be a relatively quick snap motion. You want to use those legs to help pop that weight up to your shoulder, and then again to help pop that weight all the way over top of your head. So really work on it. Make sure that you're really focusing on trying to build momentum into that weight. You're not just trying to heft it up, only using that arm strength. And let it relax. We have 1 more round to go. All right, let's go and get ready for that last round. Make sure you're really pushing on this one. And start up. Nice quick motion. Really try to get a nice snap. Try to do as quickly as you can while still controlling that form, making sure that you're not letting that back around, and making sure that you're not only putting that weight and that effort onto just that arm. You want those legs to help you out. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. Go ahead and drop that dumbbell off. We're going to be moving on to a rotation plus a leg extension next. So we're going to be rotating those legs back and forth. And start up. With those knees bent, you rotate those legs off to the side. When you get off to the side as far as you can control, you're going to extend those legs out nice and straight to about a 45-degree angle off your body. Tuck them back in, roll those knees off to the opposite side, and do it again. Just keep alternating back and forth. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. And let it relax. This is your first round down. We got 3 more to go. All right, let's go and get ready for round number 2. And start up. Rotating those knees off to the left and right. You want to try to keep those shoulders as plastered to the ground as you possibly can. Try not to let your shoulders pull up off the ground. If you need to, spread those arms really nice and wide to help you keep your shoulders on the ground, help you keep them stabilized. Those hips are the only thing you want rocking back and forth. And let it relax. Good job. That is the end of round number 2. We got 2 more to go. All right, go and get ready for that next round. And start up. Remember rocking those knees off to the left and right, trying to keep them pinned together as close as you can, then getting a nice full extension on those legs once you have those knees off to the side. Really try to get a good full rotation on that torso, only rotating those hips, trying to keep those shoulders flat against the ground. And let it relax. Good job. That is 3 down. You got 1 more to go. All right, let's get this last one started. And begin. Rotate those knees back and forth. Really work those obliques and those abs, controlling those hips and controlling those legs. Make sure you're getting a nice full extension of that leg every single time. Trying to get a nice full rotation as well. Just keep going back and forth. We're almost done. Just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. All right, let's go and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be an inside-out burpee. This is just another variation of the traditional burpee. You're still going to go down into that push-up position, still going to do the jump at the top. The only difference is you have a rotation through your shoulders at the bottom, and you're going to kick that bottom leg out in front of you as far as you can go, and then do the opposite side the next time you go down. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Drop down in that push-up position, kick one leg off to the side, open that chest up. Same thing, come back up, nice high jump off to the other side, kick that leg out, open that chest up, and do it again. Now there's a slightly easier version because Kelly is out allowing her foot to actually rest on the floor. If you want it to be harder, keep that foot up off the ground. And let it relax. Your first round down, we've got 3 more of those to go. And let's go ahead and get ready for round number 2. And start up. Drop it down to that push-up position. Nice quick motion. Kick that leg out to the side, then back up. Nice hard jump. Back down to that push-up position. Leg out to the side. Back up again. Just keep alternating back and forth from sides. Again, make sure you're getting a really good rotation on those hips at the bottom, kicking that leg out, but trying to get back up as fast as you can. And let it relax. That's 2 rounds down, 2 more to go. And get ready for that next round. And start up. Nice and quick down to that push-up position. Kick that leg off to the side. Open those hips up. Back up. Nice hard jump. Back down again. Kick that leg off the opposite side. Just keep alternating back and forth. Nice quick motion. Again, try to push into this as hard as you can. Keeping that form nice and clean, but moving as quickly as possible. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. Go ahead and stand back up. Keep those feet moving for this rest. Keep those lungs open. Breathing nice and deep. Try to recover as best you can. And start into that next round. Get those feet out there. Rotate those shoulders open. Rotate that hip out. Extend that leg. Then back up as quick as you can. Do a nice hard jump. Just keep alternating back and forth. Nice quick motion. Keep those lungs open. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Whatever you do, don't hold your breath. And let it relax. Good job. That was our last round of that exercise, which means we're moving on to a crunch pulse next. So go ahead and lay flat on your back. Feet on the ground. Knees about a 90. And start up. Hand between those thighs, crunching forward, trying to get those hands past those knees. Get a nice tight squeeze. Make it relatively quick so you're pulsing at the top of that range of motion. Never let your shoulders come all the way back down to the ground. So you're trying to stay just a few inches at the very, very top of that range of motion. A few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. Keep those lungs open, breathing normally. Try to recover as much as you can. And if you want to get a little more out of that exercise, don't let those abs completely release. Keep them a little bit tight. Let's go and start that next one. Crunch it up. Nice tight squeeze. Get at the top of that range of motion. Really pulling those shoulder blades up off the ground, trying to crunch those hands between those legs as far as you can go. Just keep those lungs open, keep that motion going. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. Another break. That's 2 rounds down. We have 2 more rounds to go until we're completely done with this routine, so make sure you're really pushing yourself on these. Go ahead and get ready. And start it. Crunch it up. Nice tight squeeze. Get those shoulder blades up. Keep those lungs open. Keep those abs nice and tight. Sucking that belly button down towards your spine. Keep that maximum range of motion at the very, very top. Make sure it's just a few inches at the very top of that range of motion. Pulsing that crunch. Keeping those abs nice and tight. We're almost done. And let it relax. Good job. That's another rest. We only have 1 more round of these to go. All right, go ahead and get ready for that last round. And start it up. Crunch it up. Get those hands up there nice and high. Keep those shoulder blades up off the ground to the top of that range of motion. Just a few inches at that top. Pulsing back and forth. Make sure those abs are nice and tight. Sucking that belly button in. Keep those lungs open. Breathing as normally as you can. Almost done. Just a few seconds left. Really burn out those abs. And let it relax. Good job. That was your last repetition of your last round of your last exercise. That means this workout is complete. Good job.